Sure. It takes place in Israel in 1961, 62 roughly, in a mental institution, rehabilitation center, kind of that employs innovative therapies of one kind or another, exclusively for concentration camp survivors. Now that we've been finished with the war for 15, 16 years, since 45, and so we're all there, and we meet me there, and through some flashbacks find out that I was a kind of a star entertainer in Berlin early on, Jewish, and I had a couple of daughters and a wife. I did animal impersonations, and I was a gifted mind reader and a terrific violinist, and kind of a big star in Berlin. And Willem Dafoe comes to one of my shows we see back in the 30s, and he's a kind of a sad, crazy character, and I do some mind reading and figure out that he's going to kill himself that very night, and through kind of including him in this bit, I expose it, but kind of laugh him out of it and kind of save his life. Years later, it turns out, when we show up at this extermination camp, he's the Nazi head commandant. And when we get off the train, he says, "Oh, Adam Stein, you're the funniest man in all of Germany. You should have seen him. He could do any kind of animal there. Here, for my dog Rex, here, do an animal impersonation. Do a dog." So I get down on my hands and knees in order to, leverage the safety of my family, and do a dog, and he laughs. He says, "That's funny." He says, "Take him to my barracks," and he makes me be a dog, living in the dog pen and eating from the dog bowl, and living outside and living in the doghouse with his dog for the remaining year and a half that I'm there. I lose my family, as it turns out, and the camp gets liberated, but by that time I'm in a horrible mess, and I've lost my mind. So when I find my way years later to Israel and to this mental institution, one of the things I tell them is that they could never have dogs there. That's one thing I can't stand to be around. I can't stand to. And then I hear a dog barking from a room, and it turns out, as I make my way over there, that it's a 12-year-old boy who's feral, who's been raised by dogs or something, we think, and can only act like a dog. He can only bark. He can't speak. He can't stand on 2 feet, and nobody can help him. And through the course of the movie, even though he brings out horrible recovered memories in me and horrible associations, I reach out to him and he to me, and we kind of heal each other. It ends up in a climax in the middle of the desert and near the Dead Sea in the Negev desert, and I have kind of a spiritual healing epiphany there.